Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Danda Pranam to everyone. Welcome to the Gita Gyan English session. So before we start the session, let us take the blessings of deities of ISKCON Sheshadapuram. Sri 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 Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Sudarshana Bhagavan ki Jai. Nitai Chaitanya Bhagavan ki Jai. Panchatattva ki Jai. Vaman Dev Bhagavan ki Jai. Parshuram Bhagavan ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Let us offer our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnapadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvasesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vranda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are in chapter 17th, the divisions of faith, and today we will be discussing the last shloka, which is the 28th shloka. Ashraddhaya utam dattam tapastaptam kritam chayat asad iti uchyate partha nachatat pretyo no iha. Anything done as sacrifice, charity or penance without faith in the Supreme, O son of Pritha, is impermanent. It is called asat and is useless both in this life and in the next. Hare Krishna. So, thank you, Prabhuji. So we have to understand one very important thing here. Let us go for a small recap and then we'll go for the sloka. So here it is said in the previous sessions, what we understood was transcendentalists undertaking performance of sacrifice, charity and penance, right? According to the spiritual regulations, begins with Om to attain the Supreme. This is very important. So we have understood the importance of the word Om. And also we should perform various kinds of sacrifice, penance and charity to free ourselves from material entanglement, to be elevated to the spiritual position. And object of devotional service, the word which resembles the object of devotional service is Sat. All works of sacrifice, penance and charity are performed to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So until now we have seen to do sacrifice, penance and penance, how to do, right? We have understood how to do, but in this shloka we will know how not to do this sacrifice, charity and penances, and also what will be the result if we don't do it in a wrong way. If we do it in a wrong way, what would be the result? All that will be discussed in this Sat and Asat. Until now we found out about the Sat. Now today we will learn about Asat. So acts done without the transcendental object, right? All this sacrifice, charity and penance, here Srila Prabhupada is, Lord Krishna and Srila Prabhupada are telling it is useless, totally useless. In this verse it says such acts are abominable if we use it for ourselves. That's what here it is telling. Now everything must be done for the Supreme, in Krishna consciousness. That's why we are in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means the consciousness of whatever we are doing must be for the Lord. Krishna consciousness of the Lord, for the Lord, like that, for the Lord, not for ourselves. People generally don't understand Krishna consciousness is what? Krishna consciousness is whatever we are doing for the Lord, that's all, not for ourselves. Now then for first thing that we have to understand here, to do all these things for the Lord, is we are part and parcel of the Lord, right? So and we are a soul. We are not this body, we are a soul. People are ignorant of this. So we are actually a soul, and this people think that they are doing for themselves, right? They want to gratify their body. But the question is, the main problem is they don't understand is the body is not ours. The body, the energy is given by the Lord, right? Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate characharam. Mayadhyakshena prakriti, the prakriti is controlled by the Lord, right? And from prakriti we take everything. And the body, for maintaining and everything, we use this prakriti. But the problem is people don't understand that this body is temporary. We have to do everything for the Lord because we are part and parcel of the Lord. So that's why, like for example, if the hand says I'm sick and tired of feeding the stomach, giving everything to the mouth, let me eat myself. It can't do that, right? And what will happen if it separates from the body? It will decay and die. So in the same way, if we do it for the Lord, it is beneficial. But if we do it for ourselves, only thing that comes to us is sin and bondage. So that we have to understand here. It is clearly said in this shloka. Now, without such faith, without proper guidance, right, there is no fruit in this life or even in the next life also. Here it is, the Lord is telling us very clearly. So that's why in all the scriptures, faith in the Supreme is advised, right? So what will happen if we do good deeds in this life? What will happen? We will go to heaven. If we do all the bad things, we will go to, but the quota will be over in the heaven also. Even if we go to heaven, there will be a quota for whatever we have done. And once that quota is over, we will again come back to the material world, to the earth planet, right? So that is not permanent, it is temporary. And but if we do all the bad things using this body, what will happen? We'll go to hell. So it's like that. So what is the essence of all the Vedas? Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivisto matta smritirjnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarver ahameva vedyo vedanta kridveda videva chaham. This is 15.15 Bhagavad Gita. So the Lord is telling, ultimate goal is understanding Krishna. If our goal is that, then He will give us the remembrance and forgetfulness, etc., etc. So if we don't want to, if we want to enjoy only for ourselves, then He will give us forgetfulness. If we are really if we are interested in learning about the Lord, to serve the Lord, He will give us the intelligence to come back to Him. It's like that, you know. And the compiler, He's telling, compiler, I am the compiler of Vedas, I am the knower of Vedas. Right? So Ishvara is Ishvara. So we have to understand that. And why we have to understand? So here the most important thing to understand is Mamavamsha Jivaloke, right? We are the part and parcel of the Lord. So that's why we should serve the whole, not ourselves. Why? This body is temporary. It's given as an opportunity. So we have to utilize this opportunity in the best possible way to go in the right direction, not in the wrong direction. Mamavamsha Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. Manashashtan Indriyani, Prakriti Sthani Karshati. Manashashtan Indriyani, right, with 6, which includes 6. That means the mind and the 5 senses, which is 6. We have come here, Prakriti Sthani Karshati, to work hard. So what do we have to do? We should not waste this human life, which is a wonderful opportunity given. All the other species cannot understand who the Lord is, why the day is coming, why the night is happening, why there are 4 different seasons, why it is so unbearable at some times. So they don't understand, but we as humans, we can understand. So that's why whatever we do, if we do it for the Lord, it will be, He is the beneficiary. So we have to give Him, we have to do everything for Him. So that's, we have to understand. But now what's happening is we are putting one leg in one boat and the other one leg in one boat. So devotional service and sometimes us. So that's why there is every possibility that we may fall down. So that's why we have to do everything for the Lord. Then it will be beneficial for us. Otherwise, Lord is saying in this shloka, there is no benefit in this life nor even the next life. Why? Because of the bondage. We may lose our human body. So He's telling, when we lose human body, we can't understand anything. We can't do. We may realize our mistake, but we will not get that opportunity of human body. So that's why the Lord is telling, if we do anything for ourselves, not for the Lord, it is neither useful in this life nor in the next life. That means we may lose this human body in the next life. We might not get another human body. So this is the opportunity. We have to understand this opportunity, utilize the opportunity in the best possible way. That's what the Lord is telling over here. And that's why. So now people don't have faith. What should they do? Here also the Lord is giving us a solution. What is that? 4.9, Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvataha Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sarjana. So what we have to do? We have to read the past tense. Divyam. The past tense are divyam. They are transcendental. The birth and past tense are transcendental, right? Who will be born with kundala, with beautiful hair, with all Shankar, Gada, Chakra and all, like 4-handed form? Who will be born like that? With all wonderful yellow. He was wearing a nice dhoti and everything. No one will be born because he is divyam. That's why he was born like that. We have to understand that. So when we understand, we cannot be, because of envy we came here. So, but to remove envy, what is the opposite of envy? Love. So when we know the activities of the Lord, then we will slowly start loving Him. That's what we have to understand here. Now, because of this ignorance, people are in conditioned state, and we get attracted to worshipping the demigods, ghosts, and yakshas, right? So because what happened, we already seen Hiranyakashipu. He did he wanted to please Lord Brahma, and he wanted to get a boon of immortality. Lord Brahma said, I myself is not immortal. I am mortal. How can I give you that? Then he gives some boon to him, but that is also nullified by the Lord when he comes in the form of Hiranyakashipu. So that's why we should not go to the demigods, ghosts, and all. We should serve the Lord. That's what here it's. We should understand that. And but one who takes directly to Krishna consciousness, right, is benefited, is transmitted, is transcendental to all the three modes of material nature. So that's why we should generally what happens, mode of goodness is better than passion and ignorance. But when we come to Krishna consciousness, proper Krishna consciousness, we transcend the three modes. Here the Lord Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport. And gradual elevation, right, by our own effort is time taking. But when we have the association of the pure devotees and takes to Krishna consciousness, that is the best way recommended in this chapter. So sometimes people say, oh, I'm very far away from the temple. No problem. By the mercy of the Lord, we have got Zoom, right? From Zoom also, we can get the mercy of the Lord. We can mercy of the devotees, association of the devotees. So that's why success in life is most important thing is to find a proper spiritual master and receive guidance under his direction. Then we can achieve faith on the Supreme, right? Why the Supreme? What does the spiritual master do? He talks, he acts, he guides, he instructs, he corrects us, and he rewires us, right? The brain is little wired in a bad way, so he will rewire us. He will tell, this is right, this is wrong. It's like that, And now sometimes devotees may say, oh, I'm staying away from my spiritual master. I only meet him once in a year or twice in a year, like that. So we already do this Guru Puja, right? What does it say? Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito, right? So when we do our chanting, when we do our devotional service properly, when we dedicate everything we do it through the spiritual master, through Srila Prabhupada, through Parampara, when we serve the Lord very nicely, the spiritual master become pleased, and he will give us the guidance through the heart. So when this will happen, what will happen? Our love to the Lord our faith will increase, right? That is very important. Faith, and slowly the faith will mature and it will become love towards the Lord. For example, the example given here is when we play with the kids continuously, their faith, it might be a new kid, but when we continuously play with the kid very nicely, we take care of him. If he is falling, we catch hold of him so that he doesn't get injury. So the faith of that kid on us will increase. It's like that. So that's why the association of the devotees and pure devotion service is very important. Slowly we'll increase faith on the Lord. Now we have come here, the love is not there because we have come here through envy. Oh, Lord is creating, properating, controlling, enjoying. He is doing all. He has all the full 6 appearances in full: wealth, power, fame, beauty, wisdom, renunciation, right? Attention. We are seeking attention through all this, but because we were envious, so that's why God has given us this body. So that we can acquire all this, right? The different functionalities he has given in this body, right? To create, to proprietate, to control, to enjoy, and to gain attention via wealth, power, fame, beauty, wisdom, renunciation. We are gaining attention, right? When we are very famous, people give attention and we feel blissful automatically. It's not like mother and father has told you, oh, if you look beautiful, people will give you attention. No, it is coming, it's already there in our heart. So that's why when we understand, oh, because of envy I've come here, but what is the opposite of envy? We have love. So when there is love, there is no envy. In the same way, when there is envy, there is no love. So that's why when we start knowing about the Lord, we'll start then we will start loving the Lord. When we will increase faith, and then the faith will mature to love. So that's why it becomes practice. When we practice, it will become a habit, and when it becomes a habit, at the time of death, we will learn about the Lord. So that's why we will remember the Lord. So that's very important. We have to understand that here. So that's why one must take Krishna consciousness. It's very important. That is the message of chapter 17. Guidance, right? Guidance. The Lord, the spiritual master and the devotees will guide us, and then they will train us, and they will mold us in Krishna consciousness, right? And then what will happen? It will improve our dedication and faith, and then it will mature, and it will then we will get bhava and prema. So that's why the guidance of the spiritual master and the guidance from the pure devotees is very important. For example, the example given here is milk. When we boil the milk, there is sometimes there will be water in the milk, right? So, but we want to, when we milk the boil nicely, when we boil it, the top part, we take the top part, and then we do the manthana, right? Then what will happen? The nice butter will come. Then when we burn that butter, we'll get ghee. So it's like that. So burning the milk is very important. The same way here also, continuous continuous devotion service is like like burning of milk, right? When we do it continuously, slowly our faith on the Lord will increase. So that is very important, right? Bhakti is a fire. Okay, so all the water will evaporate, and the top layer, we will get the top layer will become very nice. We can use it to make ghee. So bhakti process is also, it will also become thick, and then the faith will increase, and love of Lord will come to us, right? The Lord will only give us, right? It's not like we will get it. The Lord will give us by seeing our sincerity. We have already seen in Damodar Leela, right? The Lord is seeing, the mother is running behind me. She is trying to catch hold of me. But after seeing her hair is going off, all the flowers have dropped, she's tired. Then the Lord Krishna stops. Oh, let me be bound let me be caught by my mother. In the same way, she's trying to right, Damodar. She's trying to tie the Lord to the mortar, but it is always 2 inches too short. But when he sees, oh, my mother is getting tired, let me be bound, then he gets bound. So it's like that. So we have to try our best. And then then the Lord sees our sincerity, then he will give us what is required for us to become a good bhakta, right? So thank you, dear devotees. So that's why whatever we are doing, we have to offer it to the Lord. Otherwise, we'll get only bondage, nothing else. Thank you, dear devotees. So this is the end of Shloka 20, chapter 17. Any questions or comments we will take, and then we will go to the next section. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dandavat Pranam. Okay, so we will go to our next section, which is